For years, there's been a battle in the semi-premium headphone market, which has proved very fruitful for us as consumers. Now, it's been about a year and a half since Bose released its QC45's, but they remain their latest set of headphones. As these aren't due to be upgraded for a while yet, how do these still stack up in 2023? Let's find out. So let's start from the beginning. When you open up the QC45 headphone box, what you see is the case. Now, first impressions here aren't exactly inspiring. We have a rather standard box with a zip that does feel very sturdy. Once unzipped, we can open up the box to find a sleeve in which you see your auxiliary cable and included USB-C charging cable. And once you've removed all the packaging from the QC45 headphones themselves, you're left with the QC45's in the box without much padding around them. This differs drastically from something like the XM5 headphones, where they fit very snugly in the case with a lot of protection. Now, this isn't exactly a major gripe for me, as I don't think they're going to be damaged inside the case. However, I do feel like a bit more thought into this element would have been appreciated. Now we're going to come on to a more important segment, which is the sound. From my layman's perspective, I'm noticing a very good sound from these headphones, which is what you expect at £319. Out of the gate, I would say there's a bit of muddiness in the bass, but that can be fixed by just dropping the bass response in the app. The rest of the range, however, sounds exactly what you would expect from headphones at this price point. There's clarity in the mids and the highs, and whether I'm listening to 1975, a bit of jazz, or anything else that's in my playlist, I am noticing some fantastic sound from these headphones. Now, I personally would give the edge to the Sony XM4's and XM5's in terms of sound quality, but this next segment is what kind of tips the scale for me. That is comfort. These are far and wide the most comfortable headphones I've had to put on my noggin. The headphones themselves are light, so much so that you barely notice them, especially when you're doing another activity. What adds to this is the fact that the ear cups themselves are deep and really well cushioned. I'm not noticing my ears touch either the inlay or the outside of the ear cup at all when I'm wearing them. It's like they're cocooned over the ears, and it is quite a nice feeling, coming from the XM2's in my case. I also find that they don't clamp on my ears as much as the XM5's I've reviewed earlier, which means that for long periods of time, they don't get uncomfortable. Now, this fact alone is actually what pushes me towards these headphones as potentially my next set of cans. When it comes to the final of the big three important factors in my book, active noise cancellation, the Bose do a very good job. As with most noise cancelling headphones, clangs in the background, anything that's a bit too instantaneous, it does come through. However, rumbles in the background pretty much disappear. When it comes to the QC45's direct competitors, the XM4's and XM5's, I would put them somewhere in between in terms of how capable the active noise cancellation is. If I do have one issue with the noise cancellation in the Bose headphones, it's that they don't have an off function. This did exist with the QC35's, but ever since then it's something Bose has decided to get rid of. But I think I know why. It's the aware mode. The aware mode, which takes in the surroundings and pumps them into your ears so that you're not missing what's happening around you, is fantastic. I'm not exaggerating here that when the aware mode is on, it sounds like I'm not wearing headphones at all. The microphones are super clear and picking up what's happening around you without any of that electronic distortion that you get with other models. That includes the Sony's XM series. So while before I started using these headphones, I was a bit skeptical that they left the off feature out, I'm now turned around in the fact that I don't see its use as much anymore. One great thing also is that the sound quality of the music that you're listening to doesn't diminish when you're flicking from active noise cancellation to aware mode either. It stays pretty consistent throughout. When it comes to the feature set of the QC45's, we're seeing all of the major players here. We've got a power and pairing switch on the outside of the right ear cup. Below this, on the bottom of the ear cup, we have a trifecta of a play and pause, Google Assistant button with volume buttons sitting on either side. The center button is also responsible for skipping forward and back in the track. Now, the button for changing noise cancelling mode has been absconded over to the other ear cup. When it comes to using these buttons, honestly, I don't really have a preference between these and the touch controls on the Sony's or the 700s. Now, one thing that this set of headphones is missing that I think is a real shame is water resistance. Now, as I'm not an engineer, I'm not too sure if this is just a technical impossibility with this set of headphones, with the fact they fold or some other reason. However, I do wish that I wouldn't have to take these headphones off every time it started to spit. All I can say is that the British inclement weather does have something against my need for 90s punk. Now, one feature that is missing here that is present on both of the Sony competitors is auto pause. Now, this issue, like the headphones, is twofold. Now, not only might you learn the identity of a murderer before you've had the emotional build-up to be able to handle it, but if you're like me and will forget your shoes if they weren't tied onto your own feet, then there is a chance that next time you go to pick up your QC45 headphones, you'll find that you've come to the last throes of their rather accurately stated 24-hour battery life. Now, while you can change the auto power off settings in the Bose Music Companion app, something I would recommend doing, this only works when no sound is being transmitted to the headphones. Great when you're on a plane and you just want a bit of silence while trying to fall asleep, but not as useful in a day-to-day setting. I really do hope that Bose brings this to its next set of headphones, as while not a deal breaker, certainly is annoying. Now, next thing that we're going to talk about is the Bose Music app. It's fine. It's relatively intuitive and has the features you would expect. It has equalization features for bass, mid and highs. You can change the aware mode and the auto power off, as we mentioned earlier. However, it really isn't as feature packed as some of its competitors. One thing I would definitely recommend doing though, once you get to know the controls on the headphone itself, is turning off the voice prompt in settings. As it says in the tin, what this does is it turns off the voice that tells you when you switch from aware to active noise cancelling mode. It really does make the whole experience of using the headphones and switching between modes much more seamless and enjoyable. When it comes to style, I don't think the QC45's are really winning any awards. You plonk them on, and you could be a pilot. Also, not particularly fashionable when around your neck either. So if you're looking for a set of headphones to accessorize with, I wouldn't say the QC45's should be your first point of call. Now we come to a weird feature of these headphones, and that's the price. Now, while the RRP of these headphones are £319 or $319 US, this is a bit too much for a pair of 2021 headphones. However, they are regularly on sale for £249 here in the UK and $279 over in the US. So for that price, I think they're a much more worthwhile buy. Do see this video here for the pair of SE headphones that are an even better buy if you can get your hands on them, particularly here in the UK. All in all, since Bose won't be coming out with a new set of headphones that have an auto pause feature anytime soon, I do think these headphones are a worthwhile buy at their £249 price point. Since everyone's head is different, however, I do think it is worthwhile going down to your local store and seeing if you do find the XM5s, XM4s more comfortable. However, for me, the comfort factor of the QC45's is really something that has sold me on them. I think the sound quality is great, the active noise cancellation is great, and that aware mode is fantastic. So it would be potentially my next choice to upgrade to. Thanks for watching. Please make sure to leave your own thoughts and opinions down in the comments section down below. Make sure to like and subscribe. This has been Contender Tech. Have a good one.